Morning guys, haven't done a vlog for a while, so I'm just going to do a wee vlog. I'm out for a walk. It's a lovely Sunday morning. In fact, I would say it's probably the first Sunday or the first day, in fact, since before Christmas that we haven't had howling gales and heavy rain, so let's make the most of it. Come with me, won't be a long one, just a wee vlog. Need to get in practice again before we head off to Tenerife in 4 weeks' time. Just at present walking along into Troon, along the beach path. It's a big expanse of grass down here before you get to the actual beach and the road and obviously the houses up there. Looking down towards the harbour at Troon, the Arran ferry's tied up at the moment. It doesn't run on a Saturday and Sunday from Troon because at the moment, until the main ferry arrives, all it's doing is freight service, so it only runs Monday to Friday. Tide's on its way in just now. Isle of Arran in the distance. Wee bit hazy today, hope you can make it out. I'm actually filming with the GoPro today. I went to get the gimbal out and of course, stupid me, realised it hadn't been charged for a while, so I can use the GoPro instead. I think everybody and their mother must be out today with the dogs. Probably the first day they've been able to get a real good stretch for a while. So many good things about living here, but one of the big bugbears is the fact. Morning. It's the fact that when you do get high winds, because you've only got 3,500 miles of Atlantic to my right hand side just now, you get one low after the other and it tends to just feed in, and it takes a huge lump of high pressure to break that up. So we've had virtually 6 weeks of constant wind, gales, rain. Some new flats along the front, just been developed recently, well, in the last 2 to 3 years. Again, it's probably where, well, it has been where older properties have been knocked down, that have a huge land around them, and therefore have been redeveloped. Where I'm walking just now is a part of the coastal path network that goes virtually right round the UK. This one stretches from, well, this part of it stretches from Irvine all the way into Ayr, through Troon, Prestwick, past all the famous golf courses like Royal Troon and Prestwick. I have folk, when I go swimming in Tenerife in the sea, say to me, how can you swim in that water? Well, I can assure you it's a lot warmer than what these guys are going into. It's the 5th of February. At the moment it's 5 degrees and the Coastal Swimming Club are heading into the water. And if you come down here most days, especially at the weekend, they do exactly the same all the year round. Getting all my medals. If you've got a car and you fancy a beach trip for the day, you live inland, you can come down here, park the car in this car park here right on the beachfront, Got toilets, showers, and just along about 100 yards the other way there's a couple of cafes and a shop. So there you are, that's the North Beach car park. Amazing how busy it does get during the summer months when the weather's decent, because they can park here all day, as I say, for nothing, and they're right on the beach. There you go, as you see, it's a good sized car park. The picnic benches and stuff along the front, plenty of rubbish bins. We've got some great signs up here. Remember, the only thing that you leave on the beach is your footprints. Looking down onto Troon Harbour again now, a wee bit closer. It's built on a promontory that goes way out into the sea, as you'll notice. Ferry tied up just now is the Calmac Hebridean Isles. And we've just had another Calmac ferry at Sindon Dry Dock. I'll give you a close-up when we get round. You see how reasonably far the sea is out. You can't believe that just last week the waves were crashing against the harbour wall, the wall here between us and the main road, and the spray and the waves were going virtually right over the first and into the second carriageway. This is the main junction going into the town, Troon swimming pool, and just in front of me now is a block of retirement flats. Nice position right opposite the beach. At present walking up the banking between Morrison's and the shorefront. All this material that made up this banking was dredged out there in the harbour when they developed Troon Marina, so the spoil came to good use. Looks as if the rabbits have been busy up here. When you come during the spring, there's hundreds of wee rabbits running about up here. You can now probably make out the masts of the yachts in Troon Marina. Big sailing fraternity here. As you can notice, one of the benches has got Blair's Bench written on it. All the benches along the coastal path have all been gifted by people that passed on in Troon, and most of them have all got plaques. The Gaelic name for Troon is called Anthron, which actually means nose, and you can see now, looking out towards the promontory in Troon Harbour, where the nose came from. This part of Troon, which is just the harbour onwards, we refer to locally as Coney Island. In front of us now is the Anchorage Hotel, which is the oldest licensed premises in Troon. Used to be a coaching house, and where the front door is just now in the middle, there used to be a big archway and the horses used to drive through. This is the entrance to the ferry terminal. It will soon be relieving of Drawson as the main Arden ferry terminal. There's the Anchorage Hotel again, and looking down Temple Hill into the town centre. Another interesting fact at the Anchorage Hotel, it used to actually act as the clubhouse for Royal Troon Golf Club when it was first established. Just heading down to the marina now. This is the first part, this is the Clyde Cruising Club. Most of the boats are out the water for the winter, as you'll notice. They're all on platforms. And come towards the end of March, there'll be the big lift to put them all back into the water. And I know you're thinking this is Tenerife with all the palm trees, but I can assure you it isn't. It's probably about 20 degrees of a difference in temperature, but there we go. Just shows you you can get palm trees on the west coast of Scotland. The houses to the left were once all council houses, but they've nearly all been owner occupied and bought. Right, this is the entrance to Troon Yacht Haven and Scott's Bar and Restaurant, which overlooks the marina. Now Kevin, if Kevin's watching this, Scotsman in Tenerife, check Kevin's channel out. He likes a marina. Mind you, Kev, it's a wee bit different from Porta Cologne. There we go, Troon Yacht Haven, nice eh? This is the motor yacht Finger, mostly down this side. The rest is nearly all sailing craft. There's some other motor yachts dotted about. But it's a nice sheltered haven, especially when the storms are like have they been the last few weeks. And the bit down at the end there, that belongs to Clyde Cruising Club, where we just, well sorry, Troon Cruising Club, where we just passed, that have got a lot of the boats out the water just now. A nice Fairline Phantom 46. Just going to have a quick walk round the marina for you. Nice wee tender on the swim platform. This is where you've got to concentrate on where you're walking and not look at the camera, because it'll be a pretty cold experience. There we go. I must say that normally the water is very, very clear in here, but with all the storms we've had recently, there's obviously been a load of silt brought down by the various streams and burns that come into the harbour. Okay, this is Scott's Restaurant and Bar at the marina. Always a busy place on a Sunday. There we go, I won't go in, there's a lot of people eating and drinking. Lucky them. We'll see if there's anybody on the other side. There you go. Rather nice, eh? Nice fish tanks, aquariums. Nice fire, you need it on a day like this. And a lovely vista out. And the other side of Scott's restaurant, we have the Salt Lodge. which is this wee place here. All self-contained wee holiday cottages. Most of them have all got balconies and terraces overlooking the marina. And that's where we've just been upstairs. So when you see these yachts out the water, you realise just what a big draft they have on them with the keel. Keeps them stable in the water. And that is what's called an aluminium anode. It's there specially to disintegrate, and it will be replaced with new ones. It's to stop any rust getting to any of the moving parts of the small engine. So there we are, Kevin, Scotsman in Tenerife. I know you like a marina, so I'm just walking out of Troon Marina now. Got to also give a mention to Rick and Shelley, that Tenerife vlogcast. Rick's been a great help to me to start the channel, so I must put it on record. Thanks, Rick, a good friend. Building to my left, which is now Glennon Brothers Sawmill, used to be Ailsa Shipbuilding in days gone past. In fact, there's a couple of the fishing programmes that's on the television, the ones that are based in the northeast of Scotland. Two of the last probably boats that were built feature in that series that were built here before the yard closed. But it still has an active dry dock, which is just through there, where a lot of the Calmac ferries come for their various refits and servicing. There you are, there's Dale's Marine Services. Got one of the wee ro-ro ferries from the inner islands and at dry dock just now. Don't know if you can make it out, but that's the Heads of Ayr just there, and further down you can just make out the lighthouse at the 9th hole at Tunbury Golf Course. And this is Ayr Bay, the other side of Troon. Wind's starting to get up now a wee bit, and out there's Lady Isle. If you watched my vlog that I did on the last flight back from Tenerife, we came in over Lady Isle, and I've mentioned it on that vlog on the approach into Prestwick Airport, which is just about there. That's the end of Royal Troon Golf Club, and Prestwick Airport's runway is approximately about there. This hill that we're on just now at the shorefront is referred to, it's called the Ballast Bank, and it stretches right the way round the back of the harbour, virtually to where the old shipyard used to be. And it's called the Ballast Bank because that is what it was. It was the ballast from the old coastal ships, the puffers that used to export the coal from Troon Harbour. It used to come down by one of the first commercial railways between Troon and Kilmarnock and was exported all over the world. And of course, when the ships were empty, they needed ballast to keep them stable, and when they came into port, the ballast was unloaded, and this is what made this hill, or the Ballast Bank. And down there is the path along the beach and the shorefront in front of the Ballast Bank. Coming up to the cairnstone here, it gives you a wee bit of idea the distances to various places. And right in the distance in the centre now is Paddy's Milestone, Ailsa Craig, also famous for where the curling stones come from. It says on the cairnstone here all the distances. Goat Fell, which is the highest point of Arran, that's got the cloud on it just now, is 21 miles from here. The darkest shape in front of Arran is the Holy Isle, 15 miles. Lady Isle, as we talked about earlier, 3 miles. Ailsa Craig, 26. And Tunbury Head, 16 miles. There's various other places like the Merrick, that's 29 miles away. Merrick's one of the highest hills in the south of Scotland. It's just under being a Munro, so it's known as a Corbett. And there's Cairnsmore of Carsfairn, the hill behind it. Road Troon Golf Club, 2 miles. Black Craig Hill, 21 miles. Dundonald Hill, 3 miles, and Brassy, where I live, 2 miles, so that's where I've walked from. And you're looking down virtually over the borough of Troon. So there we go, coming to the end of the ballast bank. Just a wee walk down to the shorefront. It's all the flats along Titchfield Road in Troon, which is this road here that faces the shore. This is the rocks at the start of the promontory, or Coney Island as we call it. You notice it's pretty solid, they're all volcanic basalt. But when you get past the rocks and into Troon South Beach, it's lovely sand for about 2.5 miles. Lovely long beach, very busy during the summer. They've got volleyball courts and stuff like that. Some lovely traditional sandstone houses and flats along the front here. When I was still at school, we used to have an outdoor pool just in front of us here where this car park is. It was refreshed by seawater. It was never heated. You used to have to break the ice to go into it in the morning. But some good fun times we had in the pool. But again, far too expensive to reimagine and refurb. So unfortunately, it was just taken to bits. Another free car park right on the shorefront. Lovely place to park again in the summer. And you've got the promenade from here round past the ballast bank where I was, and it goes all the way to Royal Troon, which is along there, and that's the Marina Hotel. It sticks up there. And it down here because the community council put some old pictures up of Troon as it was, as I remember it when I was a schoolboy, which wasn't yesterday. When I'm in Tenerife in March, I'll be having my 64th birthday. Can't quite believe it, but there we go. I know I don't look it, says me. And you know I was talking about the pool that I remember from my childhood. There you go. That's how it was. You can still see some of the old buildings along the seafront haven't changed. But that's Troon bathing pool, and that was the outside. That was the inside. It had a wee cafe at the top and a balcony all the way round, a slide at one end. And there we go, that's where it was, right in the shorefront. That's how it used to feed the pool from the seawater coming in. I think even these pictures were taken long before I was a kid. There's Troon Beach as it was, with the groins where the old paddle steamers used to go out from, with the wee day trips. Long gone. There's a view right the way along Troon Beach. There's the town hall, still there today. There we go. Down really on the shorefront now towards the beach. Beach Cafe looks as if it's doing good business for the ice cream, even in the cold day. There's the Marina tag in the distance now, just on the middle of the shot. Amazing there's still folk down the beach, although it's February, the kids still love it. Here's the Crazy Golf. Fortunately it only opens between April and September. So there we go. Just a wee quick walk along the front, and we're now coming up to the children's play park area. Hi there, back again, coming up to Troon Town Hall. Have a lot of concerts in here, various different bands, etc, etc. In fact, just prior to Christmas, so hue and cry here. Coming into Troon Town Centre. Don't worry, you won't miss much of it even if you blink. Christmas tree. Troon, the same as everywhere else, suffered during COVID with various places locked down, but it's beginning to recover again. You won't find many multinationals here, they're very much owner-occupied shops. Some of them are quite unique. I'm going to go across the road. I'll show you a couple of eating places in the town. Coming to the Lido, which is owned by the same folk that own Scott's down in the harbour. I won't go in, it's very busy in there. This is the Fox, this is the newest edition Troon. Just have a wee look in the door, sure they won't mind. There we go. Unusual for a pub, you have a golf simulator. Just a quick tour around the Fox. It was really quite busy, and I'm always wary of people's privacy when you're doing these things. There's the ice cream factory, homemade ice creams. Bet you thought you were in Tenerife. This is the Tinto Tapas and Cava Bar, one of our regular places to visit. Just have a wee look in. Hi, Kirsty. Just doing my wee vlog round town.
Welcome to Troon.
Thank you, Kirsty. How's the pregnancy going?
Very well, thank you.
Good.
We're moving away a lovely state.
We've a few kicks there, yeah? Yep.
Plenty kicks.
Right, okay, I'll get it stripped, looked out. Thanks, Kirsty. See ya. You too.
Bye.
There you go, you get a warm welcome in Tinto Tapas. Just say to Kirsty that Alan sent you. I'm doing the Kevin now, aren't I? Telling them that Alan sent me. While I'm on, Kev, Scotsman Tenerife, appreciate all your help and guidance when I started this. Won't be forgotten, pal. It's the Spider Monkey. Blend their own coffee in there. It's lovely. Great coffee. And another new addition to Troon. This is the Three Idiots Indian Tapas restaurant. So you've got Spanish tapas one side of the road, Indian tapas the other. And I'm coming down here past the Marmaris Turkish Barber, which I'll be heading to before I head to Tenerife, get rid of the beard. That's another one of the shopping streets, that's Church Street. And really that's the last of the town centre. I'm working my way back home now. Speak to you in a minute, then I'm going to close down the vlog for the day. Just past Dan Mackay's, Real Ale, Beer Garden and Bar Snacks. The beer garden's out the back, but I don't think it'll be getting much custom at this time of year. So I've actually done a circular tour. That's us back outside Morrison's again. I'm actually going to show you something up here. Don't usually comment on things like this, but I find it absolutely ridiculous. Morrison's is now the only filling station in Troon. We used to have 3, but they're all independently owned and 2 of them have closed down. They're charging 146.9 for a litre of unleaded and 168.9 for diesel. Now if you go 2 miles along the road, well sorry, 4 miles along the road to Irvine, you'll get it for 139, and in Glasgow it was 137.9 last week. Now Morrison's are a national store, so they're up to something. Absolutely ridiculous. Captive audience, charge what they like. Back to where I was earlier now, heading back home. I'm going to close down the vlog now. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll try and get it edited up later and get it posted. Please remember, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. As Kevin always says, it's completely free. Kindly like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, which will probably be a travel day from Glasgow Prestwick International to Tenerife South on the 4th of March. Follow me there and follow my blogs out in Tenerife. I'm going to do a wee bit more this time. Got a couple of trips planned, so I hope you come with me. Take this wee opportunity to again thank Kevin, Scotsman in Tenerife, for his support, and he always likes to give the channel a plug, so it's mutual. And also to Rick and Shelley, that Tenerife vlogcast, Rick and Shelley, and of course Rick's own wee channel, Just Rick. Anyway, kindly like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.